2K. Cash money. In the car with honey. Travel way too fast. I got water in my glass. We're over, we're awesome. We're gonna get married.
Yeah, so this isn't exactly an original idea. Jaden Animations did a Random Thoughts video like 2 years ago, and then like every other animation channel did one too. And now I'm out of ideas, so I'm coming 2 years late to the trend of making Random Thoughts videos, and I'm stealing Jaden's video idea once again. Wait, no, that's not right. I'm not stealing it. I'm So, over the course of like 2 weeks, I've scribbled down a bunch of stuff that just crossed my mind, and here you go, here it is, here's my random thoughts. This is a relatively long list, the script is 3 pages. So, I don't know if I'm the only person this has ever happened to, or if this has happened to anyone else, but sometimes I'll go to sleep, and when I wake up, I'm just turned around in the bed, like with my feet where my head should be, and vice versa. Like, how does that even happen? Can someone please explain this to me? I don't know how this ever happens. And I even tried this experiment a few nights ago where I actually slept backwards with my head where my feet should be, and vice versa, and see if I'd wake up the right way, but I didn't. I don't have any explanation for this, it's just something weird that happens to me a lot. Next random thought. How does it make sense that the words flammable and inflammable mean the same thing? Like what? The word flammable means easily set on fire, and the prefix in means in or not. So putting these two together should give you not easily set on fire. But no, it's the exact opposite. How does it even, how, that doesn't, according to our friend Google, only 10% of all people are left-handed. And according to a few left-handed people I know, they complain about the fact their hand smudges everything they write, because they write from left to right. It's an inconvenience. So given that, does that make left-handedness like the world's most common birth defect? So if a building has no stairs and only an elevator, what would you call the floor above you? You wouldn't call it upstairs, would you? Because there's no stairs. Wouldn't you call it up elevator? Because that's the only way to get up. If light is the opposite of dark, and when it's dark you can turn on a light to turn the dark into light, why can't you turn on a dark when it's light out to make the light into dark? I want someone to invent the dark bulb. Wait, what if when you turn on the lights, you're not turning on the lights, you're actually turning off the darks? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. What is the plural form of mongoose? Is it mongooses or mongoose? Wait, it's both? You know when a kid has glasses, other mean kids will tease him and call him 4 eyes? You know, because he's got 2 sets of eyes? In olden times, when people wore monocles, did people ever get called 3 eyes? How does it make sense that you play tennis with a tennis ball, you play soccer with a soccer ball, you play bowling with a bowling ball, you play golf with a golf ball, but the sport you play basketball with is called basketball? Am I the only one who thinks the sport should just be called basket? It makes sense to play basket with a basketball, does it not? Our planet is called Earth, but people also commonly refer to it as the Earth, as in the Earth is tilted on its axis. So the question is, why is our planet the only one to get this treatment? Why don't we ever refer to Mars as the Mars? Huh? Do animals have names for themselves? They must, right? When animals are having animal conversations, they need to know what to call each other. Given that, I wonder how dogs feel when they're taken in by an owner, and they give them a new name, and the dog doesn't get a say in it. The dog now must accept his new name forever. No one can ever know a dog's real name. Or even worse, when your dog has a litter, and you name the puppies for her. You just took away the mother's fundamental right to name her kids. I've never had a pet yet, so I can't vouch for what happens in any of these situations. Can someone tell me who decided the shape that we call a heart would look like this. The actual organ heart looks nothing like that, so why would you even create this shape in the first place, let alone name it after this organ? In America, we have different names for things than other countries, like England. Example, these things. We call them fries, and they call them chips. But why? Well, the food they have that we call chips, they call crisps. But that still doesn't explain why they changed the name. Take a look at this chart. Something's missing. What if there's a third superfood that we would call crisps and England would call fries, thereby completing the crisp chip fry name switching cycle? If you just take our names, switch them clockwise, and boom, you got England's names. Aren't shovels just giant spoons? I think we should call these things gardening spoons. Or maybe these things are eating shovels. I don't know. Your choice. Which way would gravity pull you if you were in the center of the Earth? Obviously, if you didn't burn up on contact with the magma or lava or whatever you call it, which way would you sink? Would you sink at all? Would you just hover there? If you dug a hole directly through the Earth using your trusty gardening spoon, what would happen if you jumped in? Would the momentum propel you all the way through the Earth? Would you actually start falling slower because there's less and less mass beneath your feet? Will the gravity pulling from all sides just stretch you out? So when you got a bunch of food covered on all sides with doughy substance, that's what we call a wrap. When it's covered on the bottom and sides, that's a taco. Just two sides, and we call it a sandwich. But what if you just have one piece of bread and you put food on it? What do you call that? Is there a special name for a one-sided starch wrap? Okay, I tried my best to express that one in words, and it didn't come out great, so if you didn't understand, that's fine. Imagine if the air that we breathe was flammable. Then someone could light one tiny match and literally blow the entire Earth up. Why is chili served hot? Have you ever thought about the fact that eventually we're gonna run out of names? Like, there are only so many ways to combine first and last names. How long will it be until you meet someone with your exact name? Or someone with your exact name becomes a celebrity? How long will we be able to continually start inventing new and crazy names? Will we start having to get identified by serial numbers like stormtroopers? Or online usernames? It's so hard nowadays to get creative usernames because they're all taken. At this point, the only way to get a unique username is to go to a random word generator and generate a random string of words and add a random number for username. It's going to get to the point where nothing is unique anymore. Actually, Vsauce made a video on this exact topic. I watched it and it only succeeded in making my head hurt more. Have you ever wondered what TNT actually stands for? I did. I looked it up and it's Guys. Trinitrotoluene? Nailed it. You all know what a phobia is, right? It's, in short, a fear of something. But one thing I don't understand is why they gave all the phobias names derived from Latin or Greek. Like the fear of spiders is arachnophobia, when it would be so much simpler just to call it spiderophobia. I've been thinking about heaven. Imagine how crowded it must be up there. Even though the current population is only about 7 billion, but people are still dying every day, so there must be trillions of people up there. And if everyone who dies goes there and stays there forever, that means you could meet anyone in heaven. Anyone. Well, not everyone. Anyone who's dead. And you can't meet anyone who went to hell. But I could go to heaven and meet Stan Lee, or Thomas Edison, or Galileo.
This object will float because it is flat and thin.
I could ask Amelia Earhart how she crashed. And I could ask Abraham Lincoln what his favorite color was. Wait, does heaven population go back as far as the cavemen? Freaking, could I meet Adam and Eve? And what about animals? Where do they go? Do animals go to the same heaven? Do animals go to the same heaven as us? That would make it even more crowded. Wouldn't it be awkward for you to come across all those ants and spiders you squished when you were younger? Goldfish you neglected to feed? Or do animals go to a separate heaven? But wait, That doesn't make sense, because why should humans be the only ones to get their own heaven? Does that mean that all animal species have their own heaven? And if so, is heaven divided into species or subspecies? Like, do elephants get their own heaven? Or do Asian and African elephants get their own heaven? Do extinct species get special status? Oh yeah, and while we're on the subject about extinct species, do we really know if a species is extinct or not? How do we know there's not like a secret community of passenger pigeons, like somewhere in a deep forest, away from our prying eyes? Passenger pigeons, the hidden world, coming summer of 2020. Alright, back to the topic of heaven. And what about plants? Do plants have heaven? Like when you step on a dandelion, does the dandelion go to heaven? It would be just such a funny concept. Freaking plant heaven. Is there like a plant St. Peter? It's just so dumb. Well, those are my random thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed. If I was an actual animator, I'd have an end card here with a bunch of fan art, but I don't have fan art because nobody likes me. Yeah, but just end the video now. Just black screen, fade to black, and I'll put the word subscribe up there and just a link to another video. I don't care. Just end it in a way. Okay, I'm going on vacation to California now. Just see it. Just bye.